Shirshasana, it can be performed with wall support or you can perform the basic without wall support. So when you perform this Shirshasana, go very easily and very carefully manner. It's a very effective asana, but at the same time it's a little risky for your neck. If you have any kind of neck issue or hypertension or you're facing any kind of brain related problem, so just avoid this asanas. Okay, so let's start. We'll start with a little bit of moving your neck up and down. So just I will show you the neck moving with the neck up and down. Just keep your hands on your thigh and just move your neck up and down. Just breathe in, this neck up and down, up and down. 3, exhale. 4, exhale. 5, yes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very nice. This time you can turn the neck left and right. When you move your neck right and left, you need to keep breathing in, breathe out. Make sure that there should be no stress on the neck. Warming the neck is very important part during Shirshasana because it's avoid any kind of neck pain. If you have a very weak neck, so neck warm up is very essential for you. So now we do leg reflection here. Just you need to flex your neck left side and right side. Simple. Yeah. Just breathe in and breathe out to the right and left side. Warm it well so that it will. Yeah. Sorry for sorry, there's some calls on my phone. For extremely sorry for that. So yeah. So we were doing just moving your neck. So everybody, so now we will do Marjariasana, which is called cat cow pose. So in this position, you need to take up at least shoulder width apart, wrist elbow shoulder in one line, and there's a little bit gap in between knees. Simply get breathe in and lift your chin up and chest up and curve your back. And breathe out, you can bring your chin to the chest and pull the belly in. Breathe in, lift your chin up. And breathe out, you can just pull the belly in and take the chin closer to your chest. Keep breathing. We'll do this for minimum 10 times. 4. And exhale, bring your chin to the chest. 6. You can warm your spine very well so that any kind of backache or rigidity will not going to happen during session. Last 2. Last 1. Okay, super. So now we are doing plank pose to down dolphin pose. Okay, so it's very simple. You need to keep your elbow exactly where you keep your palms here, and at least you need to keep your shoulder width apart. Your palm rests on the ground, whether you can keep it like this or you can keep it interlocked like this, whichever ways you like. So here, this is called plank pose. Okay, this is the plank pose which help you to strengthen your core and warming your shoulder joints. At the same time, you can just come little ahead of this and go into a kind of dolphin pose. Coming to the plank, going for the dolphin. Coming for the plank, going for the dolphin. This simple exercise helps you strengthen your shoulders, also open up your shoulder joints. Also, you can work your core muscles, and it's helping you to open up your shoulder well so that you can able to perform this asana, the Shirshasana, headstand, very effective manner. So you can do this for 10 to 12 times easily, or you can do more further also if you feel your body get not warm well. So that's very important. So I will do 3 more times. 2 more. Last one. Okay, lovely. So we'll do We'll start with Shirshasana now, but when you begin Shirshasana, you can go step by step. Every position you have to stay minimum for 5 seconds to 15 seconds. So, the starting of the Shirshasana is very simple. You need to keep your palms, as I said, you can pose. So, when you're keeping your palms there only, you can first come to like a kind of Shashangasana. It's like, I don't say this is Shashangasana, but yeah, it's like a Shashangasana. So there only you have to rest your elbow. So this is my palms here. I just kept my elbow here. And as I said, your elbow will be exactly under the shoulder. It's like a perpendicular, or you can say 90 degree. And then your palms on the ground. Okay, at least shoulder width apart, as I said. You can keep your palms like this. Better you can just interlock. When you interlock your finger, your thumbs will come outward. And which part of the head on the ground? Your center part of the head will be rested on the ground. Center part of the head. Okay? And then you just keeping your head first down, cover it with the palms. So when you're keeping a head here, you need to give your weight on your fingers, your wrist, your forearms and your elbow. Not just your elbow, but also your fingers, your top part of the head, your forearms and your head. Okay? Then only after lifting these up. Okay, if you give entire weight and neck, so there will be 100% chance you're going to injure your neck and your back and entire spine. So better, this is a starting question. As I said, center part of the head on the ground. It will be like 10% of the body weight on the head. The rest of the body weight on your elbows, forearms, wrist and your fingers. And from here, you can just step one step behind. Take it to one step behind. Another toes also. This is the first step you need to do it. And then after, you need to lift your knees up. Okay? You can lift your knees up. And here you can just keep, there must be a back will get round here. So you need to little bit straighten your back. And you have to stay here. You have to stay here for 5 counts, you need to count. If you are beginner, you need to do this asanas for n number of times, like 2-3 times, and then only you can begin, and then only you can go further. Like 5 seconds after you hold, just stay here. Then you can come little closer, one step closer. Okay? So again the same, lift it up, and just breathe for 4 to 5 times. Then again rest it. Then you can come little bit one step more closer. When you come more closer, you might find more difficult. And the pressure on your arms and your elbow will come more. So now you are breathing and you can lift it up. So when you come this third stage, you might find very difficult. The entire weight comes to your arms and your head will be a little more better. Will be more. But make sure, as I said, you need to give your weight on your arms, not on your head. Rest. So you have to breathe for 3 to 2 times, 3 to 4 times or 5 times. Come down and rest. So this is steps of third. And now if you go more further. So here, when you lift up, you need to come a little closer like this. And then you can lift your single toe up. And stay here and balance it for 5 to 10 breaths, as I said. And then you can change and do it with elbows. It not only helps you to strengthen your shoulder, your spine, but also build your confidence so that you can able to go for the further. And when you try this, you need to just lift your body like jump. You need to jump a bit up this way, just to try to use the core strength and to stable yourself. Here, this way, try. This way, try. So this is the way you can jump and try. And when you come this position, you just take, when you come this position, you might feel the entire weight coming to the neck. But you will give your body weight on your elbow side also. Not going so further, you might make it fall. So always when you jump up, just avoid going so further. you need to come this direction, elbow also, and giving the body weight on the middle of the forearms. Okay. So let's begin, and this time we're going more further, and you have to stay in that position. Okay. So as I said here, coming closer and coming the edges folded. Here. Here. Coming down with one single leg and then another leg. This is the fourth step, I can say. Here you need to stay for 5 to 10 seconds. This is the foundation. This is the foundation. So if you hold it here for 5 to 10 seconds, then only you can try lifting single leg up, then the other leg. Let me show you that. So here, as I said here, lift it up. Okay, and then you can try lifting single leg. Then you can come down, another leg, then this leg. So try this way. Don't lift together both the legs. If you lift up, you might get fall or you might lose the balance. Okay? So let me adjust as I said. First lifting that, holding for 5 to 10 seconds, then lifting the both the legs. So this time we're lifting single leg up and balance, and then the other legs. This, lift up and just count. 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Then the other legs. 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. And then come down and relax. Okay? So this time now we're going for the advanced stage, where you have to gradually lifting the legs up. As I said, don't go directly for straight. First lift a little bit more, then more, then go further, then go further. And when you feel I can able to balance, so stay there. Even in initial state, if your legs is not coming 90 degree, it's absolutely fine. You can just keep it at a bend and stay here. Then gradually you can try to straighten your spine and keeping perpendicular. Because lots of people have a mindset like if they are with their legs straight, then only they are mastering Shirshasana. No, first you can start with somewhere, then only you can go for the advanced version. So let's start. So let's do it. And this time I'm going to try the advanced version, and here we're going to hold it for 10 to 15 seconds. Okay? So here, as I said, the position which I already showed you, the advanced, the foundation, and yeah, pressure on the arms, forearms, again and again. So here, lift it up, this. So here, very slowly, very slowly, very slowly. Stay there and focus. Very slowly, very slowly. And then you can stay here. When you come back, come very slowly and control my single leg, then the another legs, then the knees down, and when you done for 15 to 20 seconds, then that's a compulsory can stay in Shashangasana, because the blood flow comes over the head, so you need to neutralize them. Keep it neutral, and you have to rest, relax. If you experience any kind of neck pain here, so in this position we can just move in this direction and this direction. So that's what the Shirshasana. So I'll just show you last time the step, and then we'll go for the advanced thing. Okay? So last one. So as I said, this is the position. Elbow exactly under shoulder, interlocking fingers, rest the top of the head on the ground. This is the first step, second, third, and then you can jump. This is fifth, and then slowly, 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 you can lift it up and balance, and just breathe well. Just for time concerned, I'm just coming down, and as I said, the Shashangasana, which is rabbit pose, is compulsory. You can move the neck, right side, left side, So that's it for in Shirshasana. If you have any kind of question, please you can let me know. So you can just comment in the below the section if you're not understood. So we'll take a more detailed video on the next session. So if you like this video, if you like this live session, you can hit the like button and comment if you have any queries. Subscribe to my channel and you can tell and share this video to your friends and family member also, which will help them to achieve this Shirshasana. Till then, have a great and wonderful day. Bye bye.